a very important property which is going to affect the biological activity. This is also a physicochemical property. And the name of that physicochemical property is isomerism. Now, what type of isomerism the drug molecule is going to exist? Either optical and geometrical isomerism. So before we actually move towards the type of isomerism, we are going to discuss the definition of stereoisomer. Stereo means steric factor. The structure of the molecule in the space, what type of three-dimensional structure that molecule is going to exert, and how come it is going to change the structure of the molecule. So these type of isomers are defined as isomeric substance. Isomers means same molecular formula but different structural formula. So they are going to have some structural differences in between them. So they are differ only in the type of arrangement or the configuration. Only there is change in the shape or the structure of the molecule with respect to their atoms and group. The whole structure molecular formula is same, but either they are going to change the position of any functional group, they may change the position of any atom in the molecule, but no doubt they are going to have the same molecular formula. So likewise, for example, if we are going to discuss the molecular formula of glucose, it is C6H12O6. Now the molecular formula of fructose, it is also C6H12O6. But both of them are isomers of each other. They are stereoisomers of also each other. Similarly, so what is optical isomers? Is the two compounds having same molecular formula but different structural formula of the both compounds, and when we can call them as an optical isomers, then they are mirror images of each other. See, if this is the structure of any organic molecule, the second molecule is also an isomer of first molecule, but this is a mirror image. See, the B functional group in this molecule, it is on the right hand side, whereas the functional group B, it is in the left hand side. So this is the mirror image of our previous compound. Those type of compounds, we can call them as an optical isomers. Now, types of isomers which we have already discussed. Geometrical isomers are classified into two types, cis isomers and tris isomers. When the bulkier groups are on the same side of the double bond, these type of geometrical isomers are called as cis isomers. Javeri, the two bulkier groups are on the same side of the double bond, those are known as cis geometrical isomers. And when the two different bulkier groups are on the opposite side of the double bond, then we can call them as a trans geometrical isomers. Now, due to this change in the structural pattern of the compound, see, the molecule is same, butene, 2-butene. Here also the 2-butene, but it is an cis-2-butene, and this will be the trans-2-butene because they have changed the position of the methyl groups. In this, it is on same side of the double bond, and it is in this, it is the opposite side of the double bond. Due to the change in the structural pattern of those molecules, they may change the drug receptor binding, which is based upon the closeness of the drug to the receptor structure. या दोनों पैकी any molecule which we are going to have the same structure with that receptor kiva lock structure with that receptor, which is going to bind to that compound. That's why the shape of the molecule, the structure of the molecule is also going to affect the biological action. And that's why we are discussing this isomerism किंवा geometrical isomers in the terms of physicochemical properties. Now, कशा पद्धतीची biological activity is differ when the isomers are there, whether it is stereoisomers, whether it is optical isomers, or whether it is geometrical isomers. Spherical isomers म्हणजे space मध्ये change in the structure. Optical isomers means they are going to have the mirror images of each other. And the third will be geometrical isomers means the bulkier groups in the structure, whether they are on the same side of the double bond or opposite side of the double bond. Now what happened due to everything this? There will be the differences in the distribution of the isomers in the body. Now we all know the distribution is done by the protein binding, that is, proteins are going to distribute the drug in our body. Now, which isomer is going to bind in more amount with the protein, that isomer is going to distribute in more amount of large amount in our body. Now, what type of isomer is distributed, depending upon that, they will give the action. So that's why there is difference in the distribution of the isomer in our body. Then difference in the properties of drug receptor or drug receptor binding due to the change in the structure. Now receptor is nothing but the protein structure, macromolecular protein structure is there. Now that macromolecular protein structure, it is constant. No doubt it is changing, but the drug where it is going to bind, that structure is remain stagnant. Now, if there is change in the structure of the molecule, it will differ the drug receptor interaction also. Now, due to everything about this, there is a difference in the absorption of the isomer to the completely receptor surface. Difference in the protein binding, due to that difference in the distribution, difference in the drug receptor interaction, and finally differences in the absorption of isomers to the receptor surface. Now everything about this they are going to give the difference. That's why they are going to give the difference in the biological activities of geometrical isomer. And that's paddhaticha. Here we are going to discuss one example of tripolidine. Now this tripolidine molecules, the trans tripolidine molecule, see this trans tripolidine molecule is 1000 times more potent than the cis tripolidine. The structure is same, only the change in the configuration or orientation of the structure. In the case of trans tripolidine, the two bulkier groups are on the opposite side of the double bond. But in the case of cis transpolidine, they are on the same side of the double bond. Now, the stereoisomers which are differing in the pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic parameters. Pharmacokinetic parameters means absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. Those four properties are affected by structure or affected by the steric orientation of that structure. Now we are going to discuss about some another physicochemical properties. Those are chelation. Now in yesterday's lecture only we have discussed that the meaning of chelation. What is chelation? When any compound, ज्यावेळी एखादा compound which is formed by donating electrons to the metal ion, any compound, when it is going to donate an electron to the metal ion, by donating his electron to that metal ion, they are going to form the bond between them. Ekhada molecule, if it is going to give his electron to the another molecule, and that another molecule is must be an metal ion. So ज्यावेळी any molecule is going to give the electron to the metal ion, they are going to form the ring structure. And that ring structure is known as chelate. Chelate is nothing but the complex structure formed by donating an electron to the metal ion. Now, The drug and medicinally active compounds may develop chelate structure by forming a ring structure. Any drug molecule is going to give the chelate structure by giving his electrons to the metal ions. Now the examples of these type of chelate formation drug molecules are the drug which are going to give the anti-malarial activity. Now, what type of drugs are going to give the anti-malarial activity? 8-hydroxyquinoline. Now, this 8-hydroxyquinoline, when it is going to combine with either ferrous ion or copper ion, they are going to give or they are going to form the complex structure which can be easily passed through the membrane. See, earlierly 8-hydroxyquinoline, it is unable to pass through the biological membrane because of its complex structure. But when this 8-hydroxyquinoline is going to form a chelate with either ferrous ion or cuprous ion, it can easily pass the biological membranes. Now it is available for the absorption. Now the next will be chelation affect biological action of drug by reducing its absorption. Chelation, when they are going to form the bond with the metal ion. Now drug molecule is going to form a bond with the metal ion. That's why it is less available for the biological action. Ultimately, it will less amount is available for the absorption. Now the example of this type of drug is quinolone antibiotic, which is going to form a chelate with the polyvalent metal cations and they are going to poorly absorb in our body. Some examples of the drug, they are going to form a chelate with a metal ion in the biological system and show adverse effect. Example, hydralazine, that is antihypertensive drug molecule, that is hydralazine, cause anemia due to the chelation with the iron. See, here we are going to take the hydralazine as an antihypertensive drug, but this hydralazine molecule is going to form a chelate with the ferrous ion. And due to the formation of this chelate with the ferrous ion, it is going to cause the deficiency in iron in our body. Ultimately, we can cause or the patient can cause anemia. Ultimately, the chelate is going to form the stable complex. It reduces absorption and facilitates excretion of heavy metals to reduce their toxicity. Whenever the heavy metal poisoning case is there, that time by using a chelating drug molecule, we can withdraw that heavy metal from the patient's body. And the chelating agent used for the treatment of heavy metal poisoning is dimercaprol, which is going to form a complex with heavy metals and promotes excretion of the metal ions from our body. Now, so this is a chelation. That means chelation is also going to affect the biological action. Kitty amounts of drug is available for the absorption, depending upon that it is going to give the biological action. And if the drug molecule has formed a chelate by donating its pair of electrons to the metal ion, it is easily or it is less amount of available for the absorption. Now the next physicochemical property is bioisosterism. We have already discussed what is bioisosterism. It is the groups or the compounds or molecules which have physical and chemical similarities with the earlier molecule, and they are going to produce broadly similar biological actions. Before we discuss about theoretical part, we will discuss about its example. We have already discussed we can replace the hydrogen instead of deuterium ion. in order to give the similar biological action. Suppose एखाद्या drug molecule मध्ये presence of hydrogen as an allied atom असेल, so we can replace that hydrogen with a deuterium ion. We can replace that hydrogen with a fluorine because it is a monovalent atom. Hydrogen is monovalent, so fluorine is also going to have, or fluorine is also monovalent atom. Now divalents, for example, NH2 and OH, RSH, ROH. So these type of substitutions we can done. Suppose एखाद्या drug molecule मध्ये if there is presence of amine functional group, so we can substitute this amine functional group with the help of hydroxyl functional group. So these type of replacement, these type of changes are known as bioisosterism. Without affecting biological activity, we have changed the structure of the molecule, which is known as bioisosterism. And there are different type of bioisosters are available: classical bioisosters and non-classical bioisosters. What do you mean by classical bioisosters? So where we are, the bioisosterism is defined as, what is the definition of bioisosterism? It is a compound or a group which possess nearly equal molecular shape. They are going to have quite similar molecular shape without changing the biological activity. So they are going to have the equal molecular shapes and volume and approximately same distribution of the electrons, but they are going to exhibit similar physicochemical properties and almost same biological activity. Biological activity hamper न करता, if we can change the substitutions of the drug molecule किंवा ड्रग मॉलिक्यूल मध्ये वेगवेगळे सबस्टिट्यूशन्स असतील विदाउट अफेक्टिंग इट्स बायोलॉजिकल ऍक्टिव्हिटी, त्या टाइपच्या रिप्लेसमेंटला कसली रिप्लेसमेंट म्हणतात? बायोआयसोस्टेरिक रिप्लेसमेंट. And why we are going to mimic this type of replacement or these type of changes? So the reason for them is to synthesize similar compounds by retaining biological activity. Same type चे compounds आपण synthesize करू शकतो without affecting biological activity, but have improved physicochemical properties and better pharmacokinetic behavior. So to remove, why we are going to do these type of replacement? To remove unwanted side effects. Suppose the drug molecule, if it is going to have the hydrogen atom, and if that drug molecule is going to provide us the acidity to the stomach, so we can replace that hydrogen with another monovalent cation to reduce its unwanted side effects and to enhance selectivity and polarity towards the bioreceptors. So without affecting their biological activity, we have removed unwanted side effects. We have increased selectivity of the drug molecule towards the receptors. Bioisosters are produced by molecular modification strategies. कशा पद्धतीने आपण bioisosters तयार करणार? By molecular modification strategies, and they are based upon the replacement of interchangeable groups like this. Now we can change the hydrogen with the deuterium, hydrogen with fluorine, hydroxyl with amine, or amine with hydroxyl, RSH, methyl thionyl with ROH, that is alcohol. Then we can change fluorine, hydroxyl, NH2 with the CH3 because it is a monovalent atom or group. Then chlorine, fluorine, thionyl, hydroxyl. Divalent atoms or groups we can change by alkene, cyanide, carbonyl, thionyl, CH2, methylene, NH, oxygen, and sulfur. Trivalent atoms or groups, methylene or nitrene. Then tetra substituted atoms, quaternary ammonium compounds like tetrachlorocarbon or substituted carbon, tetra substituted silicon, or tetra substituted amine. So this type of tetra substituted compounds are also there. Then ring equivalents. We can substitute the benzene molecule with a pyridine molecule. Suppose it is an ring equivalent by substituted only carbon with the nitrogen atom. So these are some of the examples of classical bioisosteres. We can change the substitutions without affecting their biological activity. So those are all examples of classical bioisosteres. Now there are some non-classical bioisosteres are also there. And those are carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and then acid, sulfur dioxide, tetrazole. So likewise, some of the examples of non-classical bioisosteres are also there. Now, for example, in the case of para-amino benzoic acid, if we can replace this acidic functional group with amide functional group, sulforamide, so it will generate a potent antibacterial compound. See, this para-amino benzoic acid is also going to have the antibacterial action. But if we can substitute this benzoic acid functional group or acidic functional group with an amide, then there is a potent antibacterial property given by this sulfanilamide as compared to the para-amino benzoic acid. Now, some of the examples of chalcone bioisosteres. These chalcone bioisosteres are modifying certain substituents and pharmacological activities of the chalcone and its toxicity. See, the first isomer, the first compound, that is high solubility and bacteriostatic. It is going to only stop the growth of the bacteria. Then, if we can substitute these drug molecules with the different bioisosteres, it will increase or decreases the solubility and bactericidal property, but they are going to have minimum inhibitory concentration. And the third will be third bioisosteres, when we are going to replace this bromine with a trifluoro and this bromine with another trifluoro, then the minimum effective concentration is 2 microgram, high solubility and bacteriostatic. So both of them, first and third, will be the same. They are going to give the high solubility and bacteriostatic property by this chalcone bioisostere. Now, next example, that is procainamide. This procainamide is drug molecule is going to have the amide functional group, but has a longer duration of action because it is going to bind with the protein and large amount of distributed in our body. So it is going to be the longer duration of action than the procaine. So procainamide is going to give the longer duration of action than the procaine. Because of the isosteric replacement of ester oxygen with a nitrogen. So this nitrogen atom, in the case of procaine, it is substituted with oxygen, and this procaine molecule is going to give the longer duration of action than the earlier compound. So similarly, due to this bioisosteric replacement, we can increase the selectivity, decreases unwanted side effects, and increases activity also. So ultimately, we can see that these are all physicochemical properties which will affect the biological activity in various terminologies. Now, the earlier example is of classical bioisosterism example, and the next example is non-classical bioisostere. Now, the aromatic ring in this earlier structure, aromatic ring, that is phenyl C6H5O, can often be replaced by the next aromatic ring, that is thiophene. So we can substitute we can change, we can replace this phenyl ring with a thiophene ring or naphthalene ring, which may improve efficacy, then change the specificity of the binding and reduces metabolically liable sites of the molecule. So they are going to give the better pharmacokinetic properties, more amount of absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. So likewise, if we are going to do the non-classical bioisosteric replacement, see, it is totally different. It is a pentose molecule, or this is a pentacyclic compound and this is hexacyclic compound. We can substitute this pentacyclic compound in the place of hexacyclic compound. That's why it is a non-classical bioisoster. They are going to also change the specificity of binding. They are going to reduce the binding and reduce metabolically liable site of the molecule. So they are going to give the better pharmacokinetic profile. Likewise, here we are going to